but I don't even give myself time to think about it. Think about what it could mean before I reply. I don't want you here so that you can look after me. My voice shakes with indignity. I'm sorry. And something deeper and far more painful. I don't even want you for I blush right to the roots of my hair. His expression doesn't alter at my words, but as he takes in the chains, flack, badoosh. His expression doesn't alter at my words, but as he takes in the change in my face, his eyes seem to flicker, just for a moment. I swallow. I pull myself together. I don't want you to ignore me. I burst out. He narrows his eyes. Once you would have done anything for me to ignore you, he says quietly. His voice is polar opposite to mine. You asked me over and over again just to leave you alone. What is it that's changed, my blood? He curls up a tiny smirk, but it's forced. I know that it is. I know because of the look in his eyes. Would you prefer that things could go back to the way when they used to be? Once again? He mutters. Perhaps then you'll welcome some indifference on my part. I shake my head. His words won't shock and frighten me. I know him too well for that. I almost prefer your hatred, I say. I whisper. At least then you didn't ignore me. At least then I knew I had to admit something to you. He almost recoils, so I slapped him in the face. He looks angry, very angry. What do you want me to do? He hissed. Do you want me to carry on things? Do you want me to carry things on with you? And put both of our lives on the line? We're walking a fine enough tightrope as it is. It is necessary to save our lives. Why can't you see that? But, I stuttered, desperate for him to understand. I don't know why you have to ignore me. You could still come and see me, even if it was just to hurt me. I don't care. His hand closes suddenly around my throat and wrenches me towards him. His fingers digging into my skin, bones, muscles, veins. He draws in a breath, his lips settling into a firm line. Believe me, you make that idea all too appealing sometimes. He says venomously. I breathe heavily, staring into his face. He reaches out, trailing his fingers down my face, his eyes darkening, and for an agonizing moment, I can hope once again. He pushes me away from him furiously. Just forget it all, Mudblood. He says, that's all I'm asking. All you're asking of me, I say incredulously, massaging the back of my neck. You bastard! You have no idea what you're asking of me! What you've always been asking of me! Silence, a long, horrible silence, full of unspoken words and gut-wrenching pain. You don't know what you do. Sorry, his gaze is horribly dark. You can't just pretend like none of this ever happened. I say, my voice like paper thin. You've always tried to do so, but you can't. You might want to murder the past, God knows I do. After what you did to my parents, but it can't be done, Lucius. You fucked a Mudblood. It's very inappropriate. Why is she saying things? He frowns at me, radiating heat for just the briefest of moments. And I don't care. He can face up to what he's done. I won't let you deny it, I whisper. You can end what we have. I know full well why you did it. But I won't let you ignore me, like I never meant anything to you. Like I don't still mean something to you. He sneers. Whoever told you I still care about you? He drawls, claiming a brief triumph. I just smile, though. I can find no joy in it. You'd still let yourself see me if you didn't, I mutter. But you just don't trust yourself, do you? He draws in a deep breath, failing completely to suppress the anger on his face. Really? He mutters, his voice dangerously quiet. You're so perceptive, my blood. You really must tell me how you do it sometime. He turns to leave. No, wait, please! I reach out and grab his shoulder. He turns to face me again, his eyes cold slits of rage, and he grabs me by the arm and shakes me. What in God's name do you want from me? He whispers. What do I want? I want you to come back. I want you to suffocate me again. I want your pain, your hate, your fear. I want you to hold on to me and never, ever let go. I want you to love me back. But of course, I don't say any of that. And all I do say is, I don't know. He smirks bitterly and shakes his head. Nor do I, he mutters before he releases my arms and turns sharply away from me, leaving the room and locking the door behind him. I gulp in a deep breath and press my fingers to my mouth, walking over to the bed slowly. Come back, please, come. I can't breathe without you. I sit on the edge of the bed, tears swelling in my eyes, thickening my throat. Perhaps he's almost enjoying this. Perhaps this has always been his plan, to make me rely on him. Perhaps he enjoyed knowing that I'm trapped forever in his hold. That he would only need to snap his fingers and I'd come crawling back. Once upon a time I would have been able to believe that. But I just know, that he can't possibly be enjoying this. A small rumble of nausea trembles in my stomach. I wince, rubbing my tummy slowly. I've got to ignore it. If I ignore it, then maybe it'll go away. Why won't he just come back to me? To keep you safe, Hermione. But why? He's the most selfish man I know. He didn't tell me. He didn't let me in when I desperately wanted to. Just because he didn't want to. And he didn't want to end it when I did. I know that he didn't. If he's putting himself through all of this to save me, then that must mean... It means he's learning. I suck in my breath, my stomach grumbles and churns, and a horrible spasm, twinge, kicks me in the gut, and not again! I stand up, breathing heavily with nausea, but even to breathe makes me feel sick, and the sheer taste of air makes me want to vomit. I close my eyes, trying to force it back down, as if just by stopping myself from vomiting I'll make the entire situation go away. But I can feel it bubbling in my gut, all through my chest, and I clap my hand over my mouth, but I run instinctively to the bathroom and fall onto my knees in front of the toilet. Food and water and acid tumbles from my mouth, burning my throat and chest and mouth, and I heave, and then it's all over. I sit on my heels, resting my head against the cold rim of the seat. I draw a breath, deep breaths, relishing the lack of nausea. It's over now. Until next time. There might not be a next time. There always is these days. I pick myself up from the floor, flushing the toilet, watching the wasted food swirl away to be replaced by clean, clear water. If only everything else would disappear so easily. I walk over to the sink, my entire body heavy and numb and empty. That hollow feeling deep inside my gut is nothing to do with the fact that I've just thrown up. I know it isn't. Empty. Hollow. Strange choice of words. I squeeze my eyes shut involuntarily. I won't think about it. I won't. I open my eyes and absent-mindedly brush a stray lock of frizzy hair behind my ears, and without thinking what I'm doing, I reach for my toothbrush, squeeze out some toothpaste into it, with shaking hands. Can't ignore it forever. Watch me. I furiously scrub away at my teeth, trying to remove the putrid taste of vomit in my mouth when I brush away. My parents used to tell me I brush The way my parents used to tell me when I was little. The front teeth, the bottom teeth, and then the canines, incisors, and molars. Each and every side of them. And then my tongue. And I brush and brush until my gums bleed. I mustn't think. I can't let myself think. I've got to focus on brushing my teeth, front, back, side. And then get my teeth clean. That I get my teeth clean is the most important thing right now. I will not allow myself to think about what's nestling in my mind like a tumor for a few days now. How can I not think about it? Oh God. Oh my God. What am I going to do? I was like, I can't not say oh my God, because it's like the whole line. But it's so stupid sounding when I say it. What am I going to do? That's basically what she's saying. Are we guessing? Are we guessing what it is? Anybody? Anybody? What is it? What? What? Is she sick? Is she dying? What? What? Spoilers? What? 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 Anybody know? Anybody want to ponder a guess? Anybody got it? Anybody festering in anybody's mind? Anybody get it before this chapter? There are signs in chapters before this one. I got it in this chapter. Or like the next one. Or this one probably. But if you listen, if you pay attention really hardcore, it's in the chapters before this one too. A little bit. Just a little bit. It's pretty cool. Cool story, bro.